Good morning. This spiritual journey message from Brother Oneness. My spiritual journey started back in India, back in early days, in the late 50s, when I used to live in a small town called Nagar in India. I used to attend a small temple, Rama Mandir, where for about 5, 6 years, it was a regular morning, afternoon, evening. There was all the social, spiritual, all activities was related to going to Rama Mandir and spending time there. And through series of events in life, ended up in USA in April 1973, and through my brother Dr. Ramdas's help, I was able to come to USA, and he played a significant role in my spiritual journey. In the early 70s, first I met with Prabhupada of ISKCON. This was in 73 in August. He was in Detroit at the ISKCON mansion. I, along with my sister-in-law, Geeta, and my brother had the darshan, sparshan, sambhashan with Swami Prabhupada, August 1973. Fast forward 1976 to 1977, my brother was in India. He was spent time in Rishikesh and meeting various saints and sages throughout that year. So when he came back in September 1977, first word he uttered was, "Goal of life is Bhagavat Sakshatkara, nothing more than that. All these worldly things is just a bondage." Because he had experienced that closeness with God, and his own inner consciousness had evolved to a great deal. He was a great Sanskrit scholar, well versed in Gita, Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranam, Rudram used to chant. At that time, he became a devotee of Swami Muktananda. From about 77 through 1980 or so, he was regularly visiting Swami Muktananda. Even had the Shaktipat, which is the transmission of spiritual energy and reawakening the spiritual energy called Kundalini within us. Unfortunately, I never had taken the incentive. It was costing $200 those days for the weekend session. I didn't want to do that, so I didn't pursue it. But I used to go to Swami Muktananda's ashram in Ann Arbor along with my brother. He was living in Detroit from 77 for a period of time, then he moved to St. Louis. So later on in 1979, through my sister-in-law Radha, introduced me to Sai Baba. That was Memorial Day weekend 1979. I was in St. Louis. All I remember is that whole weekend I was intensely emotional, and the outpouring of blissful tears were flowing, and I was immediately connected with Sai Baba and pursued connection with Sai Baba. The following year, we had the first and only private interview with Sai Baba with my sister Radha. I was allowed to be seated next to Sai Baba. Prior to that, I had a chance to offer him the garland. Those days, Sai Baba was accepting garlands. So I garlanded him, took Pada Namaskar, he made Tilas Vibhuti, he patted me in the back, and that changed my destiny completely. Ever since then, I've been a follower of Sri Satya Sai Baba, following his main teaching of love all, serve all, help ever, hurt never. Through that, making the journey towards the feeling of oneness of all. Now I became Brother Oneness because of that, to share the message of universal love, that all journey leads to merging back to God. We come from God, we are with God, we are going back to God. Paths are many, just like hunger can be satisfied by eating different food, Chinese food, Mexican food, Indian food, Italian food, American food, but hunger is quenched. So paths are many, religions are many, gods are many, names and forms are different. Message is always accept God's love, share the God's love with all the people in your fellow journey. Play your role well as a son, brother, uncle, father, spouse, worker, co-worker, whatever the life's challenge is. Play your role well, and that is the inner satisfaction we get. With that inner satisfaction, you feel the bliss, you feel the happiness, and this journey is wonderful. So the important lessons I've learned, a couple of them. First of all, resolve the conflicts with every person in your path, starting with parents, siblings, relatives, friends, boss, co-worker, government, everyone. Make peace and everything, understand that it's a play of consciousness. Everyone doing their part, fulfill their soul journey. So don't hold anything against, don't prejudge, don't also evaluate, don't react. Just accept the will of God and enjoy the life journey. And always be helpful if possible, at least do not hurt. Especially the feelings of others. The feelings of others generates series of wave thoughts and then help you or hurt you. Those are the main lessons. Anyhow, that's a brief message of my spiritual journey and the lessons I've learned. I'm immensely grateful to Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba for giving me this understanding, being my inspiration, being my guide, guard, friend, everything, so that he has helped me to recognize the divinity within each one of us. Everyone is special. No one is above, no one is below. We all have to make this journey together as a team. May God bless you abundantly. Jai Sai Ram.